been feeling like I'm ready for the top. Got the pedal to the metal, I've been grinding non-stop, killing every instrumental, and I knew just what I wanted. Now I gotta go and get it, and I'm never looking back, only looking where I'm headed, and I doubt it for a minute, trying to get another win.
Good morning, everybody, from my favorite vacation spot in the world. Here it is. What's up, kids? I'm looking on the computer right now and seeing my email box that the nomination list for the World Series of Poker Hall of Fame has been released. And we'll go over the names real quick and a little blurb on each. Chris Bjorn, longtime player, you know, tons of cash at the World Series of Poker. David Hsu, hasn't been playing the last couple of years, but a bunch of bracelets. Maury Eskandani. This would be more for the non-player. He's a player. He played all the stuff, but I think he's in there because of his, contribution to poker in terms of all the shows that he's created and stuff like that. Bruno Fatoussi on there. Not enough Europeans in the World Series of Poker Hall of Fame, that's for sure. Or the Hall of Fame. I don't know if it's the World Series of Poker. It's just the Hall of Fame. So Bruno Fatoussi's up there. John Hennigan, who's had a good year this year. He's been crushing the World Series. He's Johnny World has been crushing it for a long time. Mike Matusow is another one on there. I don't even know. You know Mike. Big mouth. Blah, 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 blah. Chris Moneymaker on there. Obviously, he was influential. I think he should be, well, he's kind of like a hybrid between player and contributor because, his win and stuff helped propel poker to where it is to some degree. David Oppenheim is a cash game crusher, and I like to see more guys like that and the John Hennigans and the Huckleberry Seed in the Hall of Fame because I'm a purist, and I don't believe it matters if you're a nice guy. I don't give a shit at all if you were a good person or if you did nice things for poker. Unless if you're a non-player, that matters. But if you're a player, I could care less about the books you wrote or anything like that. What I care about is, are you a killer? Are you a really good player? Mixed games, the highest stakes, the whole deal. David Oppenheim qualifies. Matt Savage would be another one. That would be in the builder category. He's a guy who has his hands in a lot of things with the TDA, doing tournaments, all this kind of stuff, always contributing. Huckleberry Seed, world champion of poker, been around a long time, stood the test of time. Another one of those guys that's like, was a cash game crusher for quite a while. So, when you look at the criteria, it simply says a player has to have played against, and the criteria needs to change, flat out. I wrote a blog about what I think the changes should be, but player must have played against acknowledged competition, be a minimum of 40 years, play for high stakes, play consistently well, gaining the respect of their peers, stood the test of time. And then here's the caveat. Or for non-players, contributed to the overall growth and success of the game of poker with indelible, positive, lasting results. For non-players. So what that should say is, as a player, that don't mean shit at all. Fuck all. It doesn't have anything to do with your nomination process. You're supposed to nominate the killers, And what I think they should do, frankly, is every 3 years or so, or maybe, every 3 years or so, have a separate builders category. In the builders category right here, you might have a guy like Bruno Fatoussi. You might have Matt Savage. You might have Maury Eskandani. You might have a guy named Isai Scheinberg. He might be worth a vote or two. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet with it, but I'm certainly going to vote as a purist, and I'm going to actually pay attention to what the rules say, and I don't give a shit if the person was a nice guy, if he says hello to people and the things. I don't care if he does this every day. I don't think Johnny Moss and Stu Unger were necessarily known as sweet gentlemen, but they're in there because of, the epic career that they had and, the impact they had on the game in that regard. So I'm going to make my decision in a few days. I'm going to give it a little time to think about it. But you get to nominate 2, and you got to divvy up points. You get 10 points to divvy up, 5 and 5. And it's become a little bit political because there's factions of alliances who get people in or something like that. So hopefully that doesn't happen this year, but I'm sure it will. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know. Hey, buddy. Good boy. Hey, guys. Oh, you want belly rubs too? Yeah. You get some. And you get some. I gotta go, boys. See ya. What is it? Stud 8. Day 2. Yeah. Okay, so on my way to the Rio right now, Stephanie Vino again, right next to me in the car, and Mr. Brandon Shack Harris, I know this is your fiance, and for her safety, you need to tell her to slow down a little bit. She drives like a maniac. Just right in front of me right now, she almost wiped out this truck. I ain't kidding. I'm not playing. She was probably scared. Glad to see you're still alive. I'm sure it was
shaking.
I was behind you, and that was definitely your fault.
No, he turned right. He went right into
You were swerving like this the whole way
I
down.
had to get to work. I'm
Okay.
a great employee.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're not dead.
Have a good day.
You too.
And I won't let you go. I left my heart in the city. But soon enough I won't.
Good start here. Very first hand we played, really. We get a ace 3-5 with 2 clubs. Make a long story short, we catch a deuce of clubs. We catch a wheel on 5. We make the flush on 7. You know, against the guy who had deuce 3-4 spades board. So make a flush and a wheel, ace high flush and a wheel. Then just now I picked up ace 6-7 of spades, caught the 5 of spades, caught an ace, caught another ace, 3 aces, nut flush draw, and a low draw. No big deal. Those 2 hands alone, and I didn't have anything really close to that yesterday. So good start to the day. We happy about it. Not sure what's going on in here right now, but they're playing my song. $218,000 in level 12, and level 12, and we grinding. We grinding the greens. Little lunch, and good start, man. 218,000. We happy. We feeling it. It's about, what is there? Less than 50 players left. Top 22 make the money. We'll be one of them with a big stack. Let's go. Intention for the day: get to at least 400. Ride it from there. All right, we are through 4 hours today, end level 14, and we have 262,000 in chips. We dipped a little bit at that level, missed like ace deuce 4 clubs. I got the queen of clubs, and then a 5, so my hand is amazing. Like ace deuce 4, 5, and 4 clubs, and I'm up against a measly pair of 6s. Catch a queen, catch a 9. All I need to do, or like a king and a 9, all I need to do is beat 2 damn 6s. I couldn't do it, so we were a little bit frustrated after those hands, but we're in good shape with about, I don't know, I want to say about 32 players left. It's a good opportunity here. Feeling good, playing good. Let's do this. So if you guys follow updates on poker news and are frustrated when they're wrong, blame this guy.
It's the only event I'm live reporting this summer.
This is the first one, huh?
First and only.
Famous Chad Holler. How many bracelets do you have?
One, just one.
I remember. That was a cool day. You won the employees event.
2013.
That's correct. Here's what we're dealing with right now. 27 players. Nobody wants to go broke. All right, so we are officially headed towards the dinner break. I got a really crazy hand to share with people. But before that, Miss Lizzie Harrison over here, right? The all-around athlete. She's taking me to do an interview for ESPN because they're here now in full force, kicking ass, doing all kinds of stuff. They were actually doing live TV. I was on ESPN right now playing Stud 8. Can you believe that?
Really?
How
I didn't
cool is
even know
that?
you were doing that.
Yeah, Lizzie, say hi to the people.
Hi, people.
You
How
guys
are
know
you?
Lizzie. She interviewed me years ago. Remember the card player?
We've been we
Card
did
player
the
lifestyle
card player high stakes living.
Yeah, you came to my house.
We checked out the whole house.
It was cool.
We hit golf balls. That was
Yes,
the
we
first golf
did.
ball I'd ever hit.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna do this quick interview over here. Gonna make a pee-pee. Oh, shit, I think people don't like when I say that, but that's what I call it, pee-pee.
Because you're dogs.
Just pee-pee, I don't know. My mom always said pee-pee, so I say pee-pee.
It's okay, make a pee-pee.
So
Maybe
that's
if you
what we're
just
gonna
said
do.
make pee-pee instead of a pee-pee,
I say
think people
make-
might prefer it.
Either way, I don't think they like it. Pretty sure. All right, that's
Vote
what we're
now.
doing.
Which do you prefer?
Yeah.
Interview?
All right, my chaperone. Bring me to the green screen. What's up, people? We're doing vlogs over here.
What up,
All right, you gonna ask me some cool questions?
How are you, bud?
Good. This is what it looks like, peeps. All the behind the scenes. Woo! Some bright lights, cameras, action. All right, got the interview done. The guy called me the bite machine, sound bite machine, which reminded me of my ex-wife who, I don't know, that was 100 years ago, who used to say that I spoke in sound bites, you know, which was kind of funny. Like, what is a sound bite? For those that don't know, it's like that little clip that they put into shows, you know, something really, you know, that has some boom or some pow, something like saying, you know, the World Series of Poker is the most prestigious event, and that's why I'm here every year. That's a soundbite. All right, I want to talk about a freaking crazy hand here, and holy smokes. Stud 8 hand, super interesting. Might take a while to explain this, but here we go. All right, so a 4 raises, a 4 of clubs raises, 7 of diamonds re-raises. We're the bring in with the 3 of diamonds up and 6, 8 of diamonds in the hole. So we got 3 suited babies. We're definitely going to play this hand. We call. Other player calls. On 4th Street, the 4 of clubs catches the king of hearts. The 7 of diamonds catches the queen of hearts. Yours truly catches the 3 of clubs. So we have open 3s. They both caught bricks. They know I don't have 3 threes, but I still think my 3-card low in a pair is going to be okay against their ranges, so I bet, both call. Now on 5th Street, the King 4 catches the 9 of clubs, the Queen 7 catches a deuce of diamonds, I catch a 10 of clubs, which is crap. I have like, you know, a pair of 3s with a backdoor low, but there's so much money in the pot already, I'm not going to fold. But I decided to check, it goes check. The player bets, which is either 7s or a low draw, we know that. And so we decided, because there's so much money in the pot, to call. And Tom Coral, who was the other player, really thought for a long time, and he realized there's a lot of money in the pot, and I think he calls with a 3-card low as well. Now, he catches the King of clubs. He makes open kings. The Queen 7 deuce catches an 8, so now I think he's got an 8 low, or you know, 7s with an 8 low draw. We catch an ace, so now we have ace 3 6 8 low draw. The King's bets. The 8-7 deuce raises, so now we know exactly what the ace 7 deuce. He has a low, an 8-7 low. We have an 8-6 low draw plus a pair of 3s. The 8-7 deuce guy cannot have a pair and a low. He has to have one or the other. So if I can get Tom out with a re-raise, I make my hand and I put it in amazing shape. I know Tom's going to give me a lot of credit for that aces up type hand, so I know he has 3 kings. So I re-raise on 6th Street with the ace, just a pair of 3s and an 8 low draw. Tom thinks for a long time. We get the fold. Booyah. On the river. We both, you know, he just calls on the river. I catch a 7, so I make 8 7 6 3 ace low and a pair of 3s. I check now. My opponent bets. I'm like, oh, that's not good. That is not good for me. Hopefully he just made a better low or something like that and bet, but he bet, we call with the 3s. He caught an 8 on the river to make a pair of 8s. We caught the 7 to make a worse low. His low was 8 7 6 deuce ace that beat our 3 ace. So we lost a massive pot, and it was pretty frustrating because the play that I made is super good. Like, it was a really, really great play. And sometimes you make a great play, it doesn't pay off, but that was frustrating. I'm still doing okay though. We got 125,000, 26 players left, 22 get paid, and you know, we still got a shot at this one. But man, so good that play. Gosh, if you run the math on it, you'd be like, what? D-Nags knows some stud A. Hey ya. Ace of Hearts completes the 8,000. 8,000, please. Everyone wants to help me out. Jerry Wong, come on, man. Well, if you beat ace up, I'm gonna have to punch you to beat it, I swear. Just a little punch. Make that hard.
I saw poker news on the deal with report. Nobody else can do
Ace high, bro. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I have you crushed. Freaking ace queen, bro. Ace queen. Okay. And a low. All right. Tell me if I need to look. Hopefully I don't need to look. Am I? Yeah, I think so. You got 8-7. I beat that pretty good. Shoot. Yeah, the ace, right? Ace. Sorry, Claude. bubble update for you. We were just down to 24,000 in chips, playing 816,000 after Jerry Wong, who's a nice guy, but I really wanted to punch him in the face. And I've heard that from a few people that they might want to do that. So there's a hand where I had Jackson 3s on 4th Street. I made ace, so I have aces, Jackson 3s. His hand on 4th Street was a pair of 7s. On the last card, he catches a 7. Very next hand against the same guy, I have aces and a 7 low draw, and I make aces up, and he on the river snaps the gutter for the wheel. So that left us down to 20. We're back in business though, and this bubble has been going on forever. I think 12 people have been all in so far. Every single time survived. So, you know, we're scrapping. Sloppy quads on the short stack now. Yeah.
Said I was raised in the days of MySpace and screen names. Back then when I was only worried about my top friends. Now my circle is getting smaller, all these people acting fake, man. And to be honest, I don't even have a top 10. Me against the world, I've been doing what I really love. Haters been hiding behind the screen, man, they movie cuts. And when I'm back at home, it never feels the same, cause we've been doing our own thing, trying to stay up. I wanna go back to days with no grades. We ordered the kids meal, play ball, that's all day now. I'm stuck looking at this Instagram page, but these likes on my picture don't result in getting paid now. I've been wondering where the party at, cause all of my concerns got me wondering where they got the Bacardi at. So go and pour another drink just to get away. We gotta live it up, Carolina here to stay. I'm hoping I won't let you go. Yeah, I left my heart in the city. Yeah, but soon enough I'll hold you close. It's alright, yeah.
Oh, what a card.
Wow, you got these?
So you got a flush draw, gut shot.
What do you got? I'm not going to squeeze it. We're all going to look.
Flush.
Oh, a heart. Oh, my Lord.
We did it, people. We officially did it.
We didn't really lie for all the money.
That was a tough bubble for you. All right, now everybody, let's play crazy and get it all in.
Alright, everybody, lost a player that hand. 122. Congratulations, everyone's in the money. We're on the line at 31 minutes to break down the 2 tables.
All right, let's
I
go.
can't
2-2-8-16.
I can never squeeze it all in, guys.
Alright, dealers, shuffle up and deal as normal. Players, as you unfortunately get eliminated, please stay at your seats. Dealer's gonna yell payout.
Yes! My man! And I
It's due back since I was shooting hoops. New issues, you know what I've been going through. And it's for the team, know I go for my dreams. I've been on tours and screens, but I'm more than it seems. She talk business, and that's what I'm about, kid. It ain't for the
Okay, I can spell that.
Right from rocking Apollo with love.
Playing the main event.
Nah, I just did a giant.
Well, good luck, man. Cheers. I fought hard. Holy smokes, did I fight hard. Really hard in this one with short stacks, folding some big hands, and just hanging around. Finally, on my last hand, I made, I don't know, it doesn't matter really, does it? I came in 20th place, which means tomorrow's the day off before the main event, which for the main event is nice because it gives me a chance to really rest up and get ready for that 11 a.m. start. I'm frustrated to not be able to run it all the way back up because that's the game, you know, where you have one big bet. You're not dead because I know I'm going to get my chips in a good spot. with a good chance to at least get half or scoop. And that's what we did all day and grinded as best we could with that short stack. So a little disappointed, but looking back, man, you know, I made good decisions. So you got to be happy with the fact that you left it all out there, as they say. And that's what I did tonight. So be it. We got 3 cashes in the World Series out of about, I don't know, was it like 24 tournaments? So, you know, obviously cashing like 1 out of 8 tournaments is below average, but I do play a lot of the 10Ks, which are much tougher to cash in. So subpar, but you know what? You just win the main event, and who gives a shit, right? See you.
My heart in the city, yeah. But soon enough I